Hello and welcome to the first of our weekly Sky Sports Fantasy Football shows. I'm Jeff Stelling, and each week, along with some special guests, I'll be taking a look at the world of fantasy football and picking out who should be in your side and maybe suggesting who you might just body swerve on occasions. Now this season, the guys at Sky Sports Fantasy Football have really pulled out all the stops, along with some great prizes, including £25,000 to the winner. We've introduced new features, such as live points, so you can check how your selections are doing as the matches are actually taking place. So let's get to it. Here's a look at my starting lineup for the 2011 to 2012 season. You can't look past Joe Hart in goal. If you're looking for clean sheets, then the Manchester City stopper is clearly the one. Vincent Kompany was probably the best Premier League defender, in my opinion, last season, and I think he'll do well again this time round. David Luiz is a key player for me. The Chelsea defender is young and inexperienced. I think we'll see a big improvement for him this season under the new Chelsea manager, who of course is Portuguese. They should have a great rapport. But the key thing is that Luiz will get you goals, and that's important as a defender. He loves to get forward. I could see him scoring 7, 8, 9 goals this campaign. Breda Hangeland, of course, is Fulham's Mr. Reliable. He'll start every game for them. And Robert Huth is the uncompromising Stoke City defender. Stoke will be very miserly at home. I see them keeping plenty of clean sheets. Huth important to have in the team. Ashley Young will be man of the match on plenty of occasions for Manchester United in his first season. He creates goals, he scores goals, and he also has an excellent fitness record, rarely misses matches through injury. Stuart Downing is another key player for me this coming season. I think he's a great signing as far as Kenny Dalglish is concerned. He is any manager's dream. He'll put in some quality crosses for Andy Carroll to get on the end. He's consistent, he's usually fit, he's a great buy, and he gets his fair share of goals too. I've got Ramirez in my midfield. Now, he's full of energy. He's got a fantastic motor. He doesn't get as many goals as he should do, but I think he can rectify that this season. He's a key player as far as Chelsea are concerned, that is for sure. Jack Wilshere is key in Arsenal's midfield, especially with question marks over one or two other players there. There's no doubting, though, that Wilshere has the quality to have another great season. And Robin van Persie was the top gunner for Arsenal last season, and I see him repeating that this season. He may get even more Premier League goals. Now, the last of my starting 11 is a bit left field, in truth. It's Asamoah Gyan of Sunderland. He scored some great goals last season, remember, in particular at Chelsea during that absolutely stunning win. Too often he had to play up front on his own, but that won't happen this season because Sunderland have got plenty of quality, signing the likes of young Connor Wickham. I think they'll get plenty of supply as well from the likes of Craig Gardner. Gyan is a quality finisher, no question mark about that. And I think that we'll see that extravagant celebratory dance on plenty of occasions this time round. So those are my picks for the 2011 to 2012 season, but let's get a different view. Here's Jamie Redknapp with his picks this season.
Thank you very much, Jeff, with the man himself. Obviously, his dad's a wheeler dealer in the transfer market. Jamie, let's start talking about that as well. Big money signings, I suppose, this summer. Aguero, obviously people like Jordan Henderson as well. Sunderland has spent big. From the players that you've seen out there, who would you most like to get your hands on for your fantasy team?
I think he's a bit expensive, but I would have to say Aguero. I think he's going to be a revelation this year. Scores goals, lots of volleys. I think he'll be the sort of player you'd want in your fantasy league, but no budget left would you after that, unfortunately.
What would be your player above all? Maybe not just the transfers, but someone that you'd always want in your side.
Good question. Probably two. I would go for Modric or Bale. But I'll go for Modric. I think he's always going to be a great chance of him getting mad in a match, scoring goals, and I think he'll score more goals this year and assists. So I just edge towards Modric because he's always, he's always a player at such a high level, and I think he makes the team tick.
That's great stuff, Jamie. We've got Modric and Aguero in there, so that's two to start with. Not too shabby at all.
A bit expensive though.
a little bit expensive. We might have a few bargain basements around that, Jeff. Yeah. But those are the two players we're going for.
Interested? Think you can do better? Well, this is what you need to know about Sky Sports Fantasy Football to get started. You'll start with a budget of £75 million to spend on 11 players in any number of formations, but you are limited to a maximum of 2 players from the same club. Scoring starts with the first Premier League game of the season on the 13th of August, so go to skysports.com/fantasyfootball to set up your team. Right, I'll be back next week to see how my selections did and also try and unearth some gems for next week's games. See you then. Bye-bye.